very few people, I'm talking 0.0001% of people in their 20s ever make a lot of money, ever have a lot of abundance in their life. And in this video, I'm going to talk about how you can actually, in your 20s, make a lot of money without starting a business, because a business takes tons and tons of time to build. And research shows that the average millionaire that builds a business is 57 years old on average. So there's some above, there's some lower, which means if you want to build a business, on average, it's going to take you a very long time to actually become a millionaire and live the sort of life that you actually want to live, and the reason you're getting into it. All right. And the reason you shouldn't start a business is because businesses take so many different skills. And if you're just working in your 9-to-5 right now, you don't really have that many valuable skills. Maybe you went to college, which, let's be honest, probably didn't give you any valuable skills. Maybe you're out of high school. That also didn't give you very many valuable skills that you can actually provide to the marketplace and, provide a lot of value. So if you did start a business, it would take you a super long time to learn customer service, fulfillment, marketing, sales, all the different skills you need to thrive. And then as well as like the capital that you need as well to like start from scratch and build a business that's actually going to generate a lot of, return. So I think you should do what I did. I'm 20 years old, but when I was 19, I was just working as a cook at Hooters, just flipping burgers, flipping wings, making $20 an hour, probably in a similar situation as you right now. And I was absolutely sick of it. I wasn't sick of like the girls, but I was sick of like not making that much money and not having the freedom. And that's when I stumbled across remote sales. And that is essentially just having one skill. And ever since then, I have been able to make over $20,000 a month at this point. And that was just a year ago from now when I actually discovered it. All right. And just a year, I've been able to travel the world. I've been to a ton of different countries. Right now, I'm living in Bangkok. And so the main focus for me was just honing in on one skill that I can learn and provide to the marketplace. You don't need any capital up front. So that was really good for me. And then also like not having to learn all the other skills required to build a business. And that's why I think I was so successful, is because I just locked in on the one skill, which was sales. And if you guys aren't too familiar with sales, it's literally what every millionaire and billionaire would recommend like young people to get into if they want to be rich down the line, or just like, fast, because it's the most valuable skill in the world. Every single business owner needs it. And so you have a huge chance to make a ton of money, especially in 100% commission jobs, which is what I work in online, which also allow me to travel the world when I want, work when I want, and just have a ton of freedom compared to a regular job, as well as build my wealth for the long term, so that in the next few years I can actually get to the millionaire status with investing. I like crypto as well, so I'm going to make a lot of money through there. But none of that would be possible unless you had a high income, because if you're just stacking money from your 9-to-5 job, making a few $1,000s a month, maybe you save a couple thousand at best, that's never going to like multiply fast, and you're probably going to be like that statistic where you're the average millionaire at 57 if you just invest and work a 9-to-5. And even then, you have to be super smart about it. You have to save a ton, and you still have to make more money than average. And so that's why I think just learning sales, or just learning any skill that's monetizable, especially online, is super, super valuable, because you can just get super good at that one skill and provide it to business owners that don't have time to do it. They need someone that's a professional, and you can come in not as the main guy, but you can come in as one of the secondary guys to a business that's already making a lot of money, already has proof of concept, they already took on all the risk, and you can make a ton of money. And so if you're starting out right now, maybe you are in your 20s, you're working a 9-to-5, you don't have any skills, I would recommend getting into either copywriting, sales. I'm biased towards sales because that's how I made all my money, and I think it's most valuable compared to any other skill. There's also marketing. You could get really good at marketing online, but I think that takes a lot longer. Video editing is also good. if you have some sort of interest in video editing, designing, stuff like that, website design, all of this stuff you can learn as one simple skill. Just do this skill and provide it to business owners and make a lot of money. I know people that do video editing that make over $10,000 a month. I know copywriters that make a ton of money as well, way over $10,000 a month. Obviously, I know people in sales that make a ton of money. I make a ton of money in sales. And we all have this one thing in common, which is we just focused on one skill rather than building a whole business. All right. And so if you really want to fast track your way there, you're probably wondering, okay, sounds great. How do I learn this skill? Well, there's tons of different ways you can learn the skill. I mean, you're on YouTube right now learning something from me. Why can't you just learn it on YouTube from the skill from somebody else, right? So there's tons of free value on YouTube, on the internet, audiobooks. If you go this route, obviously it's free. It might take you a bit longer to understand what's actual good knowledge, getting your questions answered, because obviously you can't ask a YouTube video a question. And in this case, if you want to fast track your results, I would definitely suggest getting a mentor just in like whatever field that you want to get into. So if you want to do copywriting, you find somebody that's making a lot of money with copywriting right now, and you go to them and you tell them, can you teach me? I'll pay you. And that's how you fast track your results, because you get to skip out on their mistakes. You get to see exactly what they did. You get their systems, and then you can literally just plug it and play it in for yourself. So if you want to do video editing, find someone that's an absolute G at video editing, learn from them. And I think that's how you should fast track your progress. That's what I have done in every single area of my life, not just making money. I've had tons of money making mentors over the past year. I've invested over $30,000 just into myself and in my skills when it comes to making money. But I do this in every area of my life that I want to improve. I just find somebody that's really good in that area. I pay them money and they teach me how to do it, and they teach me their skills, and I get kind of the result fast tracked that I want, because I know that time is incredibly, incredibly valuable. So that's how I would suggest you learning it. However, you can do it for free on YouTube. Tons of different stuff if you don't have the capital to like pay somebody or like invest into some sort of course or mentorship. You can find it for free, but you just need to pick one skill. And one key to success is not switching from the skill. Because I'll be honest, it took me a couple months before I started making any money with sales. And if I had just kept switching from business to business, after a month of not making money, I was just like, oh, sales, it doesn't really work that well. I'm going to switch to copywriting. And then copywriting takes a couple months. Then I'm going to switch to video editing. And then video editing takes a couple months. I don't make money. And then I switch to marketing, whatever it may be. I would still be in the exact same position, making no money, working at Hooters, if I just kept switching from thing to thing. But I was willing to grind it out and stick with something because I believed in it, and I knew that it was working for other people, so I knew that it had to work for me. And that is called shiny object syndrome, when you switch from thing to thing. And it literally kills you as a entrepreneur. It kills you as a human, because the first couple months are always the hardest to get by. So if you're just repeating the first couple months, you're doing the first couple months with one thing, the first couple months with another thing, and then another thing, you're literally just repeating the hardest part over and over and over again without seeing any results. And then you'll probably just end up giving up, because I would probably give up if I just kept doing that too and kept repeating the hardest part. But after the first couple months, it gets way easier. And just for an example for you, it took me 2 months to make any money at all with remote sales. And then in the third month, when I moved to Thailand, which I think was another factor, just getting outside my comfort zone, putting my back against the wall, I made $8,000 in that first month, going from like nothing, grinding out, making nothing. And then the first month, I made $8,000 of actually making money. So it kind of comes fast. It comes instantly once you actually see results. And then from there, it gets easier and easier and easier. But the hardest part is getting to that few $1,000s per month, getting to that $10,000 per month. But then after that, 10 to 20,000 is way easier than 0 to 10, right? In my experience, and in a lot of other people's experience that I've talked to that are in the same position as me now. So for you right now, takeaways from this video and how to actually implement what I've told you. Start researching the different skills. And if you want to learn sales, you already know that that's the most important skill in the world. You feel like that's something you would enjoy, and you are looking for a mentor. You're ready to take action. I do have a mentorship program where I coach people one-to-one. My students are absolutely crushing right now. I can pop some results up on the screen here. And if you want to get into that, just click the link below. It'll explain exactly how I can help you. But if you don't want to do sales, or if you're not even sure yet, start researching the different skills online. And just be wary that, just like me, everyone is biased. I've made all my money through sales, so obviously I'm biased towards learning sales. Like, I think you should learn sales because that's what I've done, and I can't personally speak on the other skills. So when you're researching these skills, you have to understand that the people talking about them have probably made their money through that, so of course they're going to recommend it. But you need to take their word for a grain of salt. You need to actually look at the logic behind it. Can this skill as a vehicle actually get me to where I want to go and help me reach my goals? Because everyone has different goals. Everyone wants to accomplish something different in life. Of course, everyone wants to be successful, but your definition of successful could be something way different than mine, right? So research the different skills, see what the pros and cons are to each one, what the earning cap is, what the time constraint is, what the actual skill, how long the skill takes to learn, and how actually realistic it is to get to your goal with that specific skill. So start researching that, write them all down, compare them, and then choose the skill. And when you choose, you're choosing knowing that you're going to stick with that skill and you're going to take it to the grave with you. Like, you're literally going to take it to the grave with you until you see success with it. And realistically, if you truly lock in, you truly focus, you truly get rid of all the vices that you have right now, all the distractions, and you just go all in, you will see success in guaranteed at least a few months to 6 months, as long as you lock in. And I'll see you guys at the top. Peace.